And we are live. Welcome to another edition of Money's Soapbox. Yeah. Intro. Thursday, June 6th, 2019. We have no food. We have no water. Our power supply is running low. I've sent my final Iron Man suit off to find you, Pepper. God, I love you, Pepper Potts. Drake is better than the Warriors, but the Warriors are better than Aubrey Graham. Just kidding. What's going on, bros before elbows, listeners, subscribers? Thanks for listening. Shout out to our cage side bros. It's your boy Theron T Monies, added tonight on the solo tip, running my own one-man booth. As we saw from the Warriors tonight, Steph Curry did everything he could, but his 47 points was not enough to triumph the Raptors. So what happens when you give a man a microphone and a booth in a closet by himself? We can only wonder. My other bros are away on official bro business. Shout out to Tommy and Anthony holding it down. Wanted to come in and do a, I guess, quick podcast. Maybe short, maybe long. Don't really know. As we all know that within 24 hours or so, the Superstar Showdown, or whatever it's being called, in Jeddah will be taking place, brought to you by the WWE. You can catch that on the WWE Network on Friday night. Came on to do some picks. We were going to do a segment, and I was going to call it WWTNAD. So what would Tommy and Anthony do? It's really just going to be WWAD. What would Anthony do? I have all of Tommy's picks. I have my own picks. So let's honestly not waste any time. Let's go right into it. Let's talk about the fact that Jon Moxley is your new IWGP United States Champion of the world? Universe? Japan? Hey, I don't know, man. All I know is that Jon Moxley won the IWGP World Heavyweight or United States Championship today. Took that off of Juice Robinson, and what they're saying was a great match. Jon Moxley's got a new ring entrance, maybe, or a new finisher. It's called like the Death Kiss or Death Inside or Death Cap for Cutie. And he's got new ring gear. He's wearing trunks with barbed wire on them. So shout out Jon Moxley. What I want to say about that is that I've been doing a lot of thinking about the state of the WWE. And I do owe my actual avid fans of WWE a sincere apology on behalf of the bros, or just myself if they disagree. I feel as though we've been just burying them for weeks and weeks, right? Burying the WWE, burying the universe. There go those slacks I was looking for. I will probably wear these tomorrow. No, burying the WWE, just because AEW has launched and this whole idea of the independent scene is not so bad. Obviously, these wrestlers are making good money. Joey Ryan actually turned down not only I don't know if he got offered by WWE, but he was definitely offered by AEW, and he definitely turned them down. Said he would stay on the indie scene because, that's where he feels he belongs. So, my thing is this. There are people in this world and in the business of wrestling who don't necessarily need the WWE, but that's where they want to be. And if that's where you want to be and you want your creative freedoms limited and you want your social media may or possibly not limited, and you want to be told that your WWE women's tag titles are taken off of you and you weren't expecting it, and you're splitting up from someone who you thought you had a great run with, then that's where you go. That wasn't a shameless plug or knock on Sasha Banks. That was me stating facts, right? They're saying Sasha Banks might return to WWE television soon. She may not. We don't really know what she's thinking, okay? She's hot and cold. But the point is, for all the members of the WWE Universe, members of the roster who are successful, who are making it, it is a kudos to you for trying your damnedest in a place where creative control is not yours, right? They've put out some good things. They've put out a lot of crap, and I'll be the first to say it. I feel as though the TV is really stale right now, both SmackDown and Raw. You know, when they did the initial brand split, I can't talk, tongue-tied, SmackDown was winning. The bros, we all thought they were winning, but now it's just all stagnant. I don't know if that's because they did all this to WrestleMania. And WrestleMania, to me, was one of the better WrestleManias. We saw the crowning of Kofi Kingston, his first WWE Championship. We saw Seth Rollins take the belt off the Beast. Batista versus Triple H, I thought was a great, great match with some great build. And now, fast forward to the Superstar Showdown, and we're getting a glorified house show that's supposed to be as big as WrestleMania. But I'm sorry, you can't give me a night of Raw and a night of SmackDown to build up to this showdown. Okay? They've only really been building certain feuds. So they've been building Shane McMahon versus Roman Reigns, which is probably the best feud on the card right now. They gave us one night of Goldberg Taker, one night of Triple H Orton. And I mean, in that case, that's probably all I need to be excited about it, but I'm not excited about this show. I think that's why we're not actually doing picks, and I'm here in this booth by myself in a closet somewhere in the state of Texas. Catch me if you can. I'm the gingerbread man. I want to see AEW continue to rise. Okay, I think what they're doing is phenomenal. I think the indie scene is great. I think being the elite on YouTube has opened the door for so much and given us so much access to what these indie wrestlers do, to the fact that there are guys who spend years of their lives, right, trying to get to the big leagues. But maybe now the big leagues is the indie scene. Maybe now IWGP United States titles, heavyweight titles, junior titles, maybe that's what you want. Maybe AAA Mexico tag titles is what you want. Maybe the AEW World Heavyweight Championship is what you want. It ain't WWE, but it's going to make for good television, right? Guys like Luchasaurus, Jungle Boy, MGF or MJF, I think is his name. Joey Janela, obviously Moxley, Jericho, the Bucks, Hangman Page. I'm so happy that we have something different from this norm of crap that we've been watching. And I told you I wouldn't bury WWE, but here I am doing it again. But on the brighter note, I love the women's division in WWE, especially on SmackDown Live. I think they're doing some good stuff there. I love Seth Rollins. I'm going to be loyal to him for forever. I'm not even sour on him. I like what they're doing with his Universal title run. I hope he keeps it. There's rumors that he's going to drop the belt to Lesnar, or whenever Lesnar cashes in, he was going to win. He didn't cash in on Monday, thank God. But what if he cashes in on Kofi Kingston? That would be the ultimate swerve, and I feel like that would be better because I don't want to see Rollins drop the belt. I don't care if Kingston loses it. He had his moment. He went to his home nation of Ghana, even though I thought he was Jamaican. Now I'm completely confused. Okay? Or Big E comes back and turns on the New Day. That would be cool too. You got to do something to shake it up. Because right now you're just giving us stale crap. The 24/7 title is the best storyline because of A, R-Truth, B, Carmella, and C, Drake Maverick. A man who has come up with his own ideas. He's got the posters, stuff like that. But enough about that crap. I spent 9 minutes burying and trying not to bury WWE. I'm excited for Triple H versus Orton. So let's just get right into some picks, okay? Let me grab my handy dandy notes like the Blues Clues guy. I think he got in trouble for murder or something, so let's not refer to him anymore on this show. I wish we weren't a PG show, but whatever, man. Okay, so the first match, we'll go from bottom to top, is the top guys. The Revival versus the Usos. Here's my problem with this match off the bat. Neither one of these two teams are the Raw Tag Team Champions. That's actually Curtis Hawkins and Zack Ryder, who are not defending their titles at Super Showdown. The SmackDown Live Tag Team titles will not be defended at Super Showdown, possibly because, for one, Daniel Bryan's not making the trip because he doesn't want to, or two, these guys are doing a show in a city where it's okay to maim your women, disrespect them. They have no rights. You could probably cut off a child's hand for stealing an apricot. Just saying, WWE, I get it, you're getting this money, but do you really need it? You're $1 billion company. Why do you need all this money? What are you even going to do with it? And Fox Sports and USA are giving you all this money. So anyway, the picks. So it's Usos versus Revival. Tommy will obviously pick the Usos. That's like one of his favorite tag teams right now. I'm going to say that Anthony will probably also pick the Usos. I had the Revival down, but I think he doesn't like the Revival either. Me personally, I'm going to pick the Revival. Not because of the fact that they want out of their contracts, but because they've been the consummate professionals. They deserve this victory. The Usos don't need a win in a non-title match. Okay? Cool. Moving on immediately. Lars Sullivan versus the Lucha House Party. This is I don't know what to make of it. I don't know if this is good for Kalisto and the Lucha House Party or bad for Lars Sullivan or both, right? So you have these 3 luchadors versus this freak who's been destroying people, right? And I don't get creative's point to this. I don't understand it. Lars Sullivan cut his first long promo on Raw the other night, or was it SmackDown? I don't remember. He said something about rats and tails and ripping their tails off, and it just got really weird. And so, I'm just giving you a little bit of insight, trying to build this matchup. But I'm going to go ahead and say that I feel as though Lars Sullivan will destroy the Lucha House Party. They're apparently big enough on him to bury the fact that he's a racial insensitive prick. There, I said it. Tommy has picked Lars Sullivan. And I think Ant would probably pick Lars Sullivan if he wasn't also his former sub-character, El Automobile. So I'm going to say Ant's going to pick the Lucha House Party. I have no idea how they would beat this guy, but they could. Okay, next match, according to Wikipedia, is Monday Night Rollins, Seth Rollins, versus the former Constable, former Golden Gloves champion, the man who retired Kurt Angle, Baron Corbin. I told you guys to watch out for this kid. I'm going to go with the sweep. Rollins all the way through. If Corbin wins somehow, then I will accept Brock Lesnar cashing in that Money in the Bank contract right away and beating him and taking the title off of him. Because let's be honest, I would rather have the Beast hold the title than Baron Corbin. Here's why. I know that my bros hate Brock Lesnar. I know that most of society hates Brock Lesnar. But you can't deny the fact that when he's in the ring, he just doesn't really lose unless you kick him in the gonads. He's a beast. He dominates. He's a prize fighter. The mouthpiece of Paul Heyman with whatever creative genius he has and all the autonomy that he has. You can't beat that on any given day. So I'd rather deal with that. And right now, it seems as though the contract that Brock has signed, he's been on TV way more. He's been on TV a lot. Now, I hope that they're not using up all his reserve dates. I hope that he signed the contract and said, hey, man, I'm not going to do UFC. I'm good on that. I want to be here with you guys. I'm buying in. You give me $10 million. I'll come here every week. I'll defend this title. I'll fight. If he does that, that's a different scenario from the Brock of old. And I'm cool with it. Okay? So, yeah, Rollins with the sweep, and then we can get back to Brock versus Rollins. The next match is Kofi Kingston versus, quote unquote, it should have been me, the crybaby Dolph Ziggler. I'm not even going to go into this storyline. I guess they put him in the storyline because Daniel Bryan refused to go to Jeddah. Kevin Owens not going to Jeddah. They needed somebody. And hey, Dolph Ziggler is going to take a payday. So I'm thinking Vince was like, hey, I'll slide you a cool $1 million. You come back. You do this storyline. It's a clean sweep for Kofi, though. Here's why. Kofi Kingston is on a great run. Most of the world likes the New Day. Most of the world likes Kofi Kingston as champion. And there's really no reason to put the title on Dolph Ziggler. Like, he's not going to get the same reaction. I think he's doing great character work right now with this "it should have been me" idea. I'm loving that idea. But once he wins the title, then what are you going to do with the character? He's a former world heavyweight champion, don't get me wrong. But I just don't think this is the time for him. Like, you've been away for so long. I think the last time we saw Dolph was at the Rumble. So I'm going to go with another clean sweep. Okay, next on the card, the most interesting, most drummed up, most built up match on the card, Roman Reigns versus the boss's son, the greatest, best in the world, Shane McMahon. Probably with Drew McIntyre in his corner, or Elias, or both. I don't know. He's got a small stable now. Tommy is picking Roman Reigns. Ant-Man, I'm going to say, is going to pick Roman Reigns. I'm going to go against the grain and say that in the world of WWE, where it's not like AEW, where wins and losses really, truly, actually count based on the statistical breakdown of the time you pinned them, the move you used, and so on and so forth. Sorry, I think that's a stupid idea, but still, whatever. Shane McMahon is going to win. Shane McMahon's been on one hell of a run ever since he turned heel, ever since he smashed The Miz, ever since he beat The Miz not once, but twice, and his daddy. I don't think Roman Reigns will put a stop to this run. There'll probably be some shenanigans. Shane wins. We get to continue this meteoric rise of Shane McMahon, which is unfortunate that a guy who shouldn't even be an active wrestler is one of the hottest topics on WWE television. But you might as well keep it going because it's working. Whew. Well, that's a lot of words. Next up, the Demon, Finn Balor versus Andrade Cien Almas. No doubt about it. I would say that Anthony would pick Balor because this is the Demon who has not lost, but I'm picking Anthony to again side with his fellow luchadors and his alter ego of El Automobile and pick Andrade, right? Because Andrade deserves a win. But Tommy's got the Demon. I've got the Demon. The Demon has yet to lose as the Demon character. Why would they make him lose to Andrade? But then again, why would Brock Lesnar beat The Undertaker? You see what happened to him. Andrade is a guy they're really high on. And I'm high on him too. I just don't see him winning this match. Next up is a pointless match that makes no sense at all. I'm not exactly sure why these two are in the feud. I guess it's for the battle of who's bigger and stronger. But you got Braun Strowman versus Bobby Lashley. And this is my chance to talk about the stupidity of WWE and their creative vices. You should not waste 7 to 10 minutes on a goddamn no-holds-barred outtake arm wrestling match between Braun Strowman and Bobby Lashley. Why are we having this match? There is no reason to have this match. Like, I guess neither wrestler had anything to do. So it's like, okay, we'll pit you against each other. Guess what? Braun Strowman one-on-one is damn near undefeated. I don't even think he's lost. Excuse me. And I don't think he's going to lose on Friday. So I'm going with Braun. Tommy's going with Braun. And Anthony, whether you like it or not, you're also going with Braun because this is Bobby Lashley. Horrible character. Nothing good for him as a face. He's been okay as a heel. He lost his mouthpiece because nobody liked him. Nobody even knows where Lio Rush is right now. So yeah, clean sweep. Sweep Bobby Lashley under the rug. Maybe sweep him right out of the WWE. I mean, he's already been there for like a year and he hasn't done anything cool, right? Cool. Next up, the Icon versus the Family Icon, as I call him. You got Goldberg versus the Dead Man. I'm not going to waste a lot of time. I think this is something that could have been cool maybe back when WWE first bought WCW or whenever Goldberg came over from WCW. But now, when both men are pushing 50 or over 50, absolutely not. This is stupid. What do we get out of this match? one guy's jock is bigger than the other, right? The Undertaker has years on Bill Goldberg. And I don't think that's going to stop at Super Showdown in Jeddah. And remember that the WWE always has a way of putting the WWE guy over the WCW guy. Taker, all the way. Clean sweep. I was going to say Goldberg, and it could happen. It's not WrestleMania, which doesn't even matter anymore, but I'm thinking Taker all the way. You know, he's been dominant ever since he got his mojo back, and I don't see him not dominating now. But I am interested to see how this match plays out and how much time they give them. Next would be the 50-man Battle Royal. No one picked anyone, so I'm just going to we all pick Drake Maverick. I don't even know if he's in the match, but we all pick Drake Maverick. Cool? Great. And last but not least, and this could possibly be the main event, but I think they'll do Goldberg versus Taker because they're stupid enough to do that. The COO, the boss beneath the boss, the man running NXT, which is the best thing in WWE right now, Triple H versus his arch nemesis, former friend, former foe, good friends, better enemies, Randall Keith Orton, who's one RKO away from being your next WWE champion or Universal champion. Honestly, I've always liked Randy Orton. I like his smoothness in the ring. I like the fact that he took to wrestling naturally. The business is in his blood, right? These guys have a history. You know, Randy RKO'd Steph. Triple H broke into Randy's house with the sledgehammer. We all know that Triple H doesn't really lose, but because of the fact that he's not an active competitor, there's no real reason for him to win this match. I venture to say that Randall Keith Orton will win with 1 or 2 RKOs. Tommy says Randall Keith Orton will win. And Anthony, just because he's Anthony, I think he picks H because it's the safe pick, right? Triple H doesn't really lose when he comes out to wrestle, especially at a show in Jeddah, especially when he's probably, he's the one with the money, so I'm guessing these princes and Saeeds and whatever want to go with the guy with the money. So, just to be a scapegoat in, I'm sorry you're picking H. That's all the matches. That's the whole show. That's the soapbox. I can't think of anything else to talk about. Again, shout out Jon Moxley. First title reign as a now independent wrestler who's, back on the indie scene, fighting in AEW, whatever you may call it. Excited for AEW's next event. I'm not excited for this pay-per-view. I'm going to watch it because I love wrestling and I want to see what storylines may develop. Keep an eye out to see if women make an appearance because they have no rights in Jeddah. I believe Alexa Bliss and Natalya are making the trip. They're getting approval from the sheiks if they can compete on television. So stay tuned. This is your boy Monies again, Hollywood T Monies. I'm signing off. I just wanted to do a quick little thing, give you our picks. Hopefully someone writes these all down. I'll keep track of this, and we'll see who wins the bidding war. Until the next show, as the words of Tommy, elbow drop your fins, people. Mella's abs are still money. I now love Liv Morgan. What else is there? Baby, I want you to love me sexy. And you stay classy, San Diego.